The National Assembly finally passed contentious amendments to elections law Thursday after the first attempt aborted following sharp divisions among opposition and ruling party lawmakers. After this victory by Jubilee, the leader of government business in the House, Aden Duale, went ahead and made clear his next port of assault. He didn't hide the fact that he has issues with High Court Judge Justice George Odunga.
We are sending a very clear message to Judge Odunga. Parliament has, under the new constitution, has its own calendar. Yes. You want Judge Odunga, and I have said it many times, 24th of January when we come back, I will introduce a motion to discuss you.
According to him, the conduct of Judge Odunga must be discussed at the floor of the House, perhaps jolted by an attack to one of the judicial officers. Chief Justice David Maraga warned Duale against intimidating members of the judiciary. In a strongly worded statement, Maraga said that he will not entertain meddling on his institution by any quarters, charging that under his leadership, the judiciary and judges will continue to discharge their mandate independently. But Duale will surface in a show of defense holding on to his guns. Through several posts in social media, Duale maintained that he will not be intimidated from presenting a notice of motion to discuss the conduct of Justice George Odunga in Parliament in January next year. This defense by Duale has not been received well by many. Political commentator in Nairobi's aspiring Senator Richard Kavemba says Duale is overstepping his boundaries.
The likes of Aden Duale are starting to attack the very few judges who have consistently shown independence. Duale needs to know that the judiciary is not there to please the powers that be. Neither is it there to please the opposition. It is there to uphold the rule of law. And sometimes upholding the rule of law goes against the likes of the powers that be.
In his view, judiciary is on the right trajectory, and Duale must keep off the affairs of the independent institutions.
The Constitution itself gives the judiciary the mandate to interpret the Constitution whenever there is any confusion about any article in the Constitution. So what is it that Duale wants Odunga to do? If Duale wants Odunga to behave like a Jubilee activist, then he should appeal to him to resign. Then we can bring him on board and probably even make him our chairman of the National Election Board in Jubilee.
Kavemba at the same time called for sobriety regarding the amendments to election laws, saying a bipartisan approach is needed if the country must remain peaceful ahead of next year's polls.
I would call for the same spirit that had been used to arrive at the initial law that was amended the other day to be again adopted, so that if there are people who probably after passing the law that they'd agreed on felt that something else had been omitted, if that thing is really genuine and in the interest of a free and fair election, I do not think that it will be impossible for them to convince their partners in the court side of the political divide.
He says the Senate has the opportunity to be on the right side of history when the matter comes up before it Wednesday. Eric Biegon reporting for Channel 1 News.